Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to YouTube. I am your host, Whale Cow, and together we will be continuing our Predator campaign. My associate Rat Tail Boy is not available for this one. Just as we were about to start, there was an electrical failure due to a storm in his area, so he left me to finish up the series. Shouldn't be too hard, there's not a whole lot to do. So let's just jump right into it. First thing, as always, will be the pit crew. It resets completely at the start of every season, so we're just gonna have to deal with using what we have rather than fixing mistake chances and points with hiring new guys. Holden will definitely need replaced. Last race we pitted 4 times and made 3 mistakes. 2 of those were from Holden. As you can tell by his terrible 7.8 mistake chance, he's absolutely beat. I'd like to assume that that's not because my fans got a hold of him. Even the 2 fans we have will be able to do some damage. Alright. Let's swap the tired guys over. This is the best we can do. It brings us up to over 4% mistake chance, but this is really the best we've got in terms of points and stamina, so we're gonna have to bear with it. Alright. Car's still being repaired. That'll take the usual 12 hours. So let's go ahead and skip to the end of that. Alright. Now we're going to need to see about improving our parts. This is the very tail end of the season, so we're running low on time to make our things better. I believe after the final race there's a period of a week or 2 before the season actually ends, so we'll continue working on this through then. But that'll be a different video. Pre-seasons is pretty long, so Rat Tail Boy and I have decided to do a separate video for that. Alright, so let's get into it then. Engine's already as high as we're going to be able to make it. We should work on the gearbox. Gearbox is already down though. This is really where I think it should be. The trick with ERS is that looking at all the races, engines and gearboxes are both the necessary part 70% of the time, with suspension and brakes making up the 30% remainder. So the acceleration and the engine needs to take precedence. Alright, so 2.2 a day, that's 1.1 for each of those. That'll be about 24 points up by the end. That's enough to finish the gearbox and enough to improve the brakes. We'll probably be improving the brakes through until the preseason. There's not enough time to do anything with parts we'd build now, so we're gonna save the 750k. And the suspension, which will be the last part of the year, is now finished. It's a 91 out of 98. That's pretty good, but right now we want to focus on brakes. The 91 out of 98 is already an improvement over the suspension we had, so we'll just let that go. Scouting report, Bruno Cabral, low quality driver. Yeah, he's consistently bad. Yeah, he's basically William Evans in 2 years. He's dedicated, which is good for the mechanic relationship. And apparently he's affected by Amanda Cavalcanti's selfishness in a tangible way. Alright, back to scouting. Adrian Earl. Okay. We're gonna ignore that part for now. Scouting report, Eduardo Melo. He's pretty good, got some nice potential. And he's on a 26-month contract, so we'd wait until later. Got some nice overtaking, but some kind of obnoxious traits. He really doesn't like Amanda Cavalcanti, but she's on his team. That's not going to end well. I want to use the compare option real quick. Bear with me. Alright. And ignore Santa Ana's fitness because it's down by 9 or 10 because of her neck injury she's currently suffering. Alright. So looking at these, she's already pretty good compared to this guy, and she's going to get better. So I think it'll be a loss for the team if we waited for this guy. So we're gonna pass on him and start scouting another fellow. Just spamming ERS leagues because those are the only people that'll work with us, really. Unless somebody is in ERS or unemployed, they won't consider racing in the ERS. Like when I was going through my playthrough, I was trying to hire Shen Ki. She was just finishing up her reserve driver contract with Eastwood. And they had just been pushed up to Asia Pacific at the end of the season, but she absolutely refused to work for somebody in ERS, even though her team had only been there for like 2 seconds. I thought that was kind of an interesting development. Alright, and Jean-Francois Beauchamp. Look at those wonderful, wonderful stats. He's literally a 0-star driver, and yet he's being paid $625,000 a race, and he's a number 1. Old. He -2 and everything. Oh, he is... that poor, poor man. Yeah, I'm gonna send him a retirement card. No wonder he's retiring at the end of the season. The rolling contracts you get from temporary drivers would be better than one with him. Alright, World Sport is running an event. Alright. Let's take a look at our part work. Alright, gearbox is getting up there. Brakes is following shortly. We should have them both pretty well mastered by the end of this series. Alright, we're bang on 10th. Black Sea will be the final race. It was also the first race. This is going to be a pretty long race. Track-wise, it'll be 15 laps. Decent chance of rain. People complaining we don't have a brakes research facility, which costs millions of dollars, by the way. Alright, we've got Sergey. He's really, really good, but he is a bit expensive. The issue with Predator is always that you're working on a budget of 10th place, so you need to be very careful how quickly you grow the team. Let's see, who else can we scout? Let's take a look at Tanveer Jha, even though he's old and probably retiring soon. I'm thinking towards the end of next season, we actually want to look at swapping out mechanics, maybe. Let's double check. Oscar Deverett is going to need to be replaced at some point at least. He's got relatively low potential. Charlotte Williams and Tom Woodbridge will probably keep through. Woodbridge we could probably take all the way to World Motorsport. I don't know about Williams, but I've come to like the cut of her jib. That is, you know, her parts. I mean the parts of the car that she can design. Wow, Ronnie, wow. Moving on. Apparently we're in the last place seat in the pre-race gossip. I'm not expecting much different, but who knows. Alright. Jenny North of Katana is retiring. Contracts are starting to run down. Linares' contract is running down. Let's just take a look at her real quick. Yeah, we mostly just have her for her feedback. Comparing her with Frankie Kinney here, who we're looking to have replace her. She's a lot better in most areas. Certainly good enough to have on the track in the case that one of our other drivers is injured. And she is a pay driver, so ultimately way better for us. Linares is pretty much done growing as a person and as a driver. Alright, it's time to head to Black Sea, but first we're going to fill out the slot 3 sponsor slot. As you can see, we've got Notifly and Wonderluck again. We're going to choose Wonderluck just because it's the only one that gives us money. Alright. Gaze upon our magnificent car one last time, because next season the paint job's going to be way better. Alright. Okay. The parts haven't developed quite as much as I was hoping they would. I wonder what's up with that. Was I just doing the math wrong? It might have been. But yeah, we'll keep it there and see how it looks after the race. Right. I'm wondering if we should put Linares in for Santa Ana. May the gods smite me, but I'm going with Santa Ana still. Even if she does get a little bit more injured, she'll be fine by the start of next season. I just respect her right to finish what she started, you know. Alright, off to the races. Alright guys, that'll be it for this session then. After I'm done recording here, I'm gonna take care of the practice session, and then I'll get back to you for when it's time to do the actual race. So, until next time, this has been Whale Cow. Fare thee well.